It's Lady Martinique here with my gorgeous guest, Betsy Snatchwagon. And
Hello.
we are live here from Martinique Manor. No? Yes, Manor. Because you usually at the mansions, you see. And because I'm a lady, Betsy, I'm at Manor House. I
Ah, I
did
see.
I did note that you're usually at Manila Mansions.
Yes,
And I always get the wrong word.
Sally Manella hers is Manella Mansions, and then we
What's
have
yours?
Foxy, who lives in the foxhole,
Of course.
and then we have Betsy. So I live in Betsy's bungalow.
Betsy's bungalow. And is it
Mm.
a real live bungalow or is it a pseudo bungalow?
It's a pseudo bungalow. There are stairs here.
I see. I see. It's a pseudo bungalow. Oh,
Pseudo, pseudo.
Betsy's looking all confused already. We're gonna go to
Playing with the sound.
That's all right. Hello, Kirsty Wade. How are you? I think you watched us. Yes, you did on Saturday night. I remember your pussy. Hello, Lady Martinique, and hello, Betsy, says Liz Waldron. She's a funny
Hello,
one, that
Liz.
Liz Waldron. Well, she's a very funny one, Betsy. We're going to have to stand in line because her favorite drag queen is Pepper Spray, and she tells me that regularly. I'm regularly put in my place and told that I'm in a queue of drag queens. I'm in a queue. So, Betsy, you and I are going to paint our faces, and we kind of just paint our faces and chat shit all the while. Have you got an idea of what you wanted to try and achieve tonight, or what you wanted to try and do tonight, or are you just painting for the gods?
Well, I always try and achieve beauty, but I've been doing drag for 3 years, and I haven't quite achieved it yet. But tonight might be the night.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. No, I've got a few. I've raided my drag box, and I've got a few things that I don't normally use. I'm going to try out some new things. We're going to find out what's good. We're going to find out what I'm going to throw away straight away.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. So, do you have am I correct in assuming that Sally Manila is your drag mother, in inverted commas?
She's my drag sister.
Right.
Because if you've seen Sally's face, you'd know she couldn't teach anyone anything about makeup.
Well, when I have her on the show at some point, I'd like to ask her about this. I'm not sure what this is. And the blue and white stripe. It's almost like sergeant stripes, but we like it. We like her uniqueness. She's unique. Let's give her that. She's unique.
She is. She has a unique and memorable style, and that's genuinely not shade. She does. But no, there is actually a really interesting story behind that, but I will wait for you to get Sally on the show so she can talk about that. I won't steal her thunder.
So tell us where it started for you while we start putting... I've got all my stuff in little handy toiletry bags like this.
Oh.
So this is all... Bag number 1 has got all the foundation and the concealer and whatever in. And then each bag has a different department in it. So that I don't forget where I am, because I chat for the gods, so I always forget. So you started 3 years ago. You've just volunteered. How did that come about?
So I kind of fell into drag slightly, to be honest.
Sorry?
I kind of fell into drag a little bit. So I've always loved performing and being on stage. I've done a lot of theatre and stuff before.
Okay.
And then when I moved to Bournemouth, which is where I now live, I kind of fell out of it all a little bit.
Initially?
Yes, kind of for a year or so, I very much fell out of it and wasn't really doing anything and kind of wanted to, but didn't really know where to start, etc. It's hard when you move to somewhere new. And then I got friendly with Sally Manella, as we just talked about, but as I got friendly with Boy Sally first. Not friendly in that way, trust me, no. We got genuine friendly.
Sisters, not Kai sisters.
No Kai. No.
Just sisters, right?
And got to know Boy Sally without knowing she was Girl Sally, and then got to chatting, found out that, went to go see Ruby's, the show, thought it was tremendous, the best thing I'd ever seen, hilarious. I thought the queens were brilliant. I was like, okay, right, this is what I want to be able to do. I would like to be able to do this, please. Strangely enough, it wasn't quite that easy. But I met Foxy, who runs the show, Foxy De Silva, another fantastic drag queen with an amazing voice. and she basically said to me, "Right, if you wanna start at Ruby's, come up with something to do, and come and do it. And if you're good, we'll keep booking you, and if you're not, then we won't." Which I thought was a pretty fair deal.
Right.
So I turned up one night looking, I'll be honest, god awful. First time I'd ever put on drag makeup. I don't think anyone starts well.
On your own, or was there assistance?
No, on my own.
Oh,
Just struggling along.
freeballing.
You know, I'd watched all the
tutorials
on YouTube, which didn't help me a lick.
I will actually agree with you. It doesn't help at all, does it?
I have seen some, but I think you need to have a bit of a base knowledge of what you actually want to do before you can start.
And you have to have a knowledge of what your face does as well. You have to know whether your face is round, long, short, and how you're going to combat that and alter that, because drag is really about altering the face shape and making it look softer, isn't it? Softer.
Absolutely,
if that's your aesthetic, because some drag queens, want to look as rough as ours is. Right. So there you were, arriving at Ruby's.
Yes. Wearing like sorry, go on then. Say that again, Di.
Looking a little bit worse for wear, but arriving at Ruby's nonetheless.
Yes. I was wearing tons of makeup, but because I didn't know what I was doing, I was wearing no makeup. Like, it looked like I was wearing no makeup.
Right, so paint by numbers.
Oh, not even that, love. Like, paint by trowel.
You mean potato drawing then? Potato.
You know, like Mrs. Potato Head.
Yes.
Well, think of her as if someone had just gone.
Think of her in Picasso style.
Yes. So yeah, got up there, sang a song, which is the one that I actually could do, tottering about in these incredibly large heels. I had no idea how to walk in either, which is even better. Like in this little kind of red polka dot dress that I'd got, and then Sally had altered for me so it actually fit. So the dress was nice. I still wear the dress. The dress is lovely. But yeah, luckily the song and everything went down very well.
Right.
It was noted that the look was a bit of a struggle, but that's all things that can be worked on and learned. But yeah, as the song went well and the kind of audience answering part went well, they said to me, "Would I like to come back and do it again?" I said yes, and the rest is kind of history, really. It's been 3 years.
Wow. Now, I must admit, I've never been to Ruby's as it now exists. I did originally when I first got to Bournemouth 11 years ago. I was in attendance at the original Ruby's up in the Triangle, wherever that was, at some church place. That's the only time I ever went and saw the original crew as such.
Yes.
I thought they were phenomenal. I really did. But since then, I must admit, as a Bournemithian, I've not actually ventured out that way. I've done some events at the Orchid Hotel across the road from the Celebrity.
Okay.
But that's about as close as I've got. And I now work with Bournemouth Musical Theatre Company, so I do all their wardrobe, hair and makeup, and I perform with them. So we rehearse at the Marsham Court Hotel, which is sort of over from where the Celebrity is.
Yeah, just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yes. So now tell me, because I want all the gossip, Mr. Foxy.
Foxy DeSilva, the drag queen, yes.
Yes. Is she of the heterosexual persuasion?
Well, Foxy is a lesbian.
Because there's a Mrs. Foxy that I got totally confused about. I watched an episode where it was the episode where all of you were on, and they were about to go to France, I think it was, the next day.
Yes.
And so she came down looking all gorgeous. She'd done nails all day for people and beauty treatments because she'd waxed all of the people. And then she was absolutely exhausted, but sang beautifully. All of you sang beautifully. And then I was like, hang on a minute. There's now a Mrs. Foxy. This is the foxhole. That's the Mr. Foxy. I'm really confused. And I've not had the balls to ask anyone, and nobody can ever explain what's going on.
Yeah, so Foxy the drag queen is a well-known lesbian, but yes, the man behind the face is a straight man. Yes.
She's got a winky Jana for breeding. Lovely. So that is Mrs. Foxy genuine, as in they are together.
That is
Right.
the actual current Mrs. Foxy. Yes.
Oh. The current.
Yeah. If he ever said that, she'd fucking kill him. But I can say it because she's not here.
But I just wanted to understand it because she has got a killer voice. I mean, that voice.
Well, they met, I believe. They met in a theatre group.
Okay, right.
That's how they first met. One second, I'm actually just going to share the video to my page. That's one thing I haven't done yet.
Oh.
But yes,
so
they met.
Hello, lovelies. Are my tea break? We're her tea break companions. Thanks, Lucy. We're your companions. My dear drag sister Chlamydia has said, "Hello, ladies. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous child of mine. She's going to do."
Oh wow, she's very pretty. Hater.
You must see her as her boy self. Must see her as her boy self. She does an amazing face. Claire does an amazing face.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually filling in on Wednesday afternoon because our next guest went down. Wayne Texiera Morgan Williams is actually Make It Rain. He was going to be Wednesday afternoon, but unfortunately with COVID, he's been told to go into work. So she's going to do next Monday night. So if you were hoping to watch Make It Rain on Wednesday afternoon, she's coming in on Monday night next week. So Monday week will be Make It Rain. And Chlamydia has agreed to come in and do Wednesday afternoon. One of my drag daughters, Oliver Thompson, who is Philippa Mann.
Philippa! I know Philippa.
Philippa Mann, one of my drag daughters.
Fabulous.
Drag's about
doing Philippa. She's fabulous.
Having a laugh. She's hysterical. Drag is about doing something new and having a laugh. Well, don't we agree with that?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think if you take yourself too seriously, and feel free to disagree with me, Betsy, if you wish to, but if you take yourself too seriously, you won't enjoy it. But if you take the art form seriously and you go along for the ride and have fun, that's a different story.
Yes, I would agree with that 100%, actually. Sorry, no argument. Sorry, boys and girls, we're not arguing yet.
Oh. Handbags
are really controversial now.
Oh. Then we've got one of our tenor ladies. Hi, Lady M. Much love from Jamie Riding, who you probably also know because he is Daisy Donut.
I don't, actually. Hi, Jamie. It's like Daisy. I'm really bad. I don't know anyone. Because I tend to do rubies and I do some other bits and bobs, but like I need to pay more attention.
So we're not going to talk about your day job because that's boring. We're not going to talk about our day jobs. Ew.
Yeah, it's very boring.
What we do want to talk about is how much of your life has drag taken over?
Well, with lockdown and such, I will say I ended up doing a lot more drag than I ever did in my entire life, which was a bit of a surprise. But obviously, with lockdown,
free time.
Sorry, say that again.
Because you've got more free time.
I'm still working full time, but at home.
Right.
But everyone was doing kind of online shows and things. Rubies, we did our live in lockdown shows. I ended up doing one myself for 11 weeks, Betsy Live. Where I did theme weeks. Basically, I sang songs from different themes every week. So we had a Eurovision week and an 80s week and a girl bands week and
I missed that.
And a Madonna week. Well, they're all on my Facebook. If anyone would like to tune in retrospectively, it's basically me just talking to myself and singing some songs for an hour.
Fabulous.
So if that's what you're into, then
gotta love a self chat. I do that all the time. My husband doesn't answer me. You see, he just nods and smiles. So basically, I'm always talking to myself.
So it's all just self chat now.
It's all just self chat. So what happens when you get married, dear? You're not married, are you?
I am not. No, I'm a single lady.
Oh, she's single and ready to mingle.
Very ready to mingle. Well, not at the moment, obviously, because
very ready
to mingle. No one's mingling.
On pause.
My mingling is paused, but I am poised and ready to press play.
Watch the space for details. We were having a discussion the other night on our live show that you're going to be doing in a couple of weeks.
Very excited.
And somebody was saying, or somebody asked, does drag affect your dating? Now, I must say, for me, I am married, as in proper dinkum married, the whole bang shoot by law,
The whole shebang.
and have been married for 6.5 years. And I only
Oh,
actually,
that's lovely.
yeah, we were the first gay couple in Bournemouth to get married.
Pioneers.
Yeah, lesbians beat us though, typical lesbians, but
Of course they did. Always punctual, always on time.
we were the first male gay couple to get married in Bournemouth, should I say.
That's so lovely, though.
But
so
I've been involved in and around drag for 25 years, producing shows, running wardrobe, running hair and makeup, making outfits. I've started making my own drag stuff now as well that I'm going to be selling, like boas and shit like that.
Oh, fabulous. I will pay attention. I'm always in the mood for some new drag shit.
Amazing. And doing wigs and stuff, but my actual performance, my actual drag career or my drag livelihood or whatever you want to call it, has only really come about in the last 10 weeks, 11 weeks.
Oh, really?
So fairly new to actually being a performer myself. But as I said to you before, I work in musical theatre. I work with Bournemouth Musical Company, Bournemouth Musical Theatre Company, and so I am always in and around the arts. But basically, 10 weeks ago during lockdown, just decided that I'm sick of making everybody else look great. Why not do it for myself and have a bit of fun?
And lockdown.
And lockdown is lockdown, so you can either sit there bored out of your skull, or you can get off your ass and do something.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that was what I decided to do. I decided, you know what? Life's too short. I'm 43 years old now. It's time to shake my tits and do my thing. So I did speak to my husband first and got his blessing as such, and then got hold of my mother in South Africa and got her blessing. And then I got started.
And you've not looked back.
Well, much to everyone's surprise, I got started. Everyone thought I was joking. Did our first week of our show to 300 people, and we thought we were just the bee's knees. 300 people, woohoo! And within 10 weeks, it's grown to a viewership of 4,900 for the last week episode that we counted.
That is absolutely mental. That's so good, though. It's so nice you've been able to get such a captive audience.
4,600 people increase in 9 weeks. I mean, I think
You can do maths, boys and girls.
Oh.
Lady Martinique, she's not just beautiful; she can do maths.
She can count. Send those monies. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things where I actually can't quite believe the trajectory we're on. And we set up with a very simple idea. We were going to. I'm going to say it's similar, but it's similar but different to what you guys do at Ruby's. But our idea is to do like a drag cabaret theatre once every 2 months.
Right.
But for one weekend only, like a pop-up shop kind of thing.
Yes, okay.
And the idea is to sort of, hit the ground running, do our 5 shows with our guests from all over the country, and then close down again. It's not going to be a venue as such. Like, you guys have a residency, and you guys have obviously a lot of expense that's involved in keeping a household name like Ruby's afloat. And we're not really at that level, but we want to still give it a go as a cabaret show to come and watch sort of once in a while, starting in Feb.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we thought, well, let's build an audience online while people are sitting at home, and people have literally said they do nothing else on a Saturday night. They wait for our show to come on, kill themselves laughing at us, and we've been watched in America, in South Africa, where I'm from, and here in England. So I've done some contouring, boys and girls. It looks like this.
I've done some highlighting. I just used a setting powder that I've never used before and that I don't like, so I'll probably be throwing it away.
Which one is it?
It is the Revolution Translucent powder.
The banana one?
No, just translucent. This one.
So the setting powder I use, I saw online on one of the tutorials that you and I were joking about. It's the air spun. I think you commented on it.
Yes, that stuff is the bollocks. It really is. It's great.
The Airspun for me, comes from Amazon.
Yes, me
And
too.
I use this. I've nearly finished this one, so luckily I've bought a new one.
Mm.
Bronze Glow to do my deeper color.
Mm-hmm.
And then my lighter color, I'm using all sorts of things at the moment for highlight. I've just bought this amazing highlight powder, which has now disappeared. Please hold your call, it's important to us. I've no idea what I've done with it.
Well, currently I'm using a mix of stuff that I've mixed up in this giant pot that just I've written white on, so it's the white
You see,
one.
lots of girls do that. They mix up their own brand.
Yes, I don't normally do that. I do actually have a white powder that I use, but I'm using some different things. I'm trying some different things out tonight.
Good.
I also like, this is something that I've used a lot, which I really like, which is this is a good Revolution thing. I've talked shit about one. This can be a good one. This is the Revolution Bake and Blot
nice.
press powder. This is in white. This is really good too.
I went into Superdrug the other day for the first time to buy makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird, going in as my boy self, trying to buy makeup for Lady Martinique. And bought these highlighting kits on Revolution. Where am I? Yeah, these ones.
Oh, very nice.
They were.
I'm actually using a lot of Revolution stuff. When I first started, I used a ton of Revolution. So I've got some Revolution eyeshadows to try. I've got this, which is a highlighter quad.
Yeah.
Looks very
I've got
nice.
3 highlighter pods. Yeah.
I remember my first time going in to buy makeup for Betsy as boy me, and I felt so it was such a weird experience. Whereas now I literally just go in and I'm like,
I want that, and that.
Yeah, and I'm like talking to the girl shopping. I'm like talking to the girl and be like, don't buy that shit. Get another thing. Get this instead.
Well, I went in on my own with my husband, and that was quite an experience a couple of weeks ago. And then last week, Pepper Spray and I decided to have a working lunch. So we went to lunch, and we had some lovely vouchers that one of our viewers had sent us as a gift. Liz Waldron had actually sent us vouchers as a gift, and we went and spent them in Boots on Revolution and other products as well.
Other products are available.
Ruby's Lives as well. I'm friends with the gorgeous Diamond Lee.
Oh, Diamond Lee! Oh, fabulous! There we go. Diamond Lee is one of our other resident Ruby's queens.
Okay. So how many of you are there? 3 of you? A regular 3?
Well, they're a kind of rotating cast. So there's Foxy, Sally, Diamond, and myself.
Right.
And then we've got a few others who kind of come in and out.
Guest spots. There's 4 of you, and then guest spots.
Yes, yeah. No, I would say kind of during kind of normal times, which hasn't been all this year, but during normal times, I tend to do Rubies about once a month.
Okay.
So the regular 3 are Diamond, Foxy, and Sally. They tend to be the regular 3, and then I'm kind of like the first kind of fill-in girl. I come in and I slip in the gaps.
Oh. You heard it here first, boys and girls. She slips into the gaps.
Yeah.
Single, ready to mingle, and slips into gaps.
Slips into the gap, and slips into any gap you like.
Oh, wow.
It's been a long time, and there's been a lot of lockdown, Lady Martinique. I'm not fussy at the moment.
Oh, right.
This is prime real estate. I'm ready to be moved in.
The refurb is done. She's ready.
Just be the refurb hasn't been done for a long time.
The carpets.
Right. Anyways, I'm going to actually do some more makeup now rather than just chat.
Okay.
But I'm not sure which eyeshadow palette to use because again, I've got so much makeup because I always say that I'm not a massive fan of actually doing makeup, but I love buying and trying makeup. So I love trying different things and trying different colors.
Well, I started this show because of buying the makeup and being a fan like you. But actually, when I look at it, I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to put it all on. I just want to play with it, kind of thing. But I don't want to really put it on. So that's how this show was born: tea and shading. And my husband came up with the name because you can talk tea while you're doing your faces, and also I find it's a lot nicer to do your makeup with other people rather than just do it on your own in your lounge kind of thing.
Yes, that is nice.
So in Betsy's bungalow.
Betsy's bungalow.
in Betsy's bungalow, is this her drag room? Does she have a dedicated drag room?
Oh no, Betsy's not that rich. Betsy has a room that is her office / drag room / boudoir / what other rooms do I need? Drawing room /
Library.
library.
Saloon.
There are books here
Area.
in the library.
Yeah.
What else have I got? Lots of wigs, as you can see. This one is currently, I'm having a go at restyling, which is why it looks like absolute trash. But I don't do my own wigs. I get people to do them for me. But
I'm getting quite good at restyling. I like that blue behind you. She's fabulous.
this one, yes, this is my most expensive wig that I have, but it's very nice, isn't it? This was done by Brenda LeBeau. This is a Brenda LeBeau wig. I've got some others. I've got a Wigs by Tiff behind me. If you know Tiffany Blue.
Yeah.
I've got this one here. This one's a weekday wig. So I don't know if you can see it. I will hold it up.
Right.
This one's fabulous as well. This one's a weekday wig. Very nice.
Your photo in your profile photo that we're using.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah. That was my basically wig of lockdown. I got one that just at the start of lockdown and wore it to death. And I've just got a new one because I have a problem from Carmel's Creations.
Oh, not heard of
It's
it.
also very good.
Amazing. Lockdown sucks, but at least we have people like you to entertain us during it. Yes, Kirsty, you do. We will entertain.
We will try.
What look are you both going for, says Chrissy Oliver. And she says she's not met Betsy before. Chrissy
Hello,
Oliver
Christy.
met you, except I think you were on the show on Saturday night, so we might have seen you then.
Well, I have 4 different eyeshadow palettes here, which will decide which look I'm going for. So I have
you got
this one.
Have you got this one?
I do not have that one. I don't have any of the collaboration ones.
This is a red one. Yeah.
The 4 I've got here, I've got this one. Lots of nice colours.
Yes.
I've got this one, which I got for £2 because one of the colours was shattered, but all the rest of them are fine. Bargain queen. I've got this one, which I used to use quite a lot, but I don't use it anymore, which is all like kind of pinks and reds and things.
Right.
And then I've got this one, which is exactly the same, and I'm always intrigued to see what the difference is. I've seen that one before as well, that you're holding up.
Yeah, that's the one I bought 3. I bought the multicolour, and then I bought one with all sort of spicy tones, golds and spices, and then I bought like greys and blacks and whites. Because of course there were 3 for the price of 2. So for £10 I got 3 pallets.
So it's rude not to.
Sorry?
Of course, it would be rude not to get 3.
Absolutely.
The thing is, Lady Martinique, one of the things I have learned quite recently is I've started using more expensive eyeshadow.
Because of the pigmentation, you'll get a better.
It's a brighter colour. That's one of the things I have. I started doing.
I do this. I don't know if you've heard this trick. I do this. So I was using clown white on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's like putting grease on your face.
Yes. Yeah.
And it takes forever to get off. But then someone said, get this NYX professional makeup. It's basically like a makeup. There we go.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Now, it's white. It's like the clown white, but it's more like a cream than a grease. And put it underneath all your eyeshadow, and any color you put on top of it then pops. So you get the same delivery. So I'm going to be
normally. I don't know what I've started doing here. I started doing my makeup in completely the wrong order because normally I do eyes first. Clearly that's gone very well, which I've not done at all. But no, I normally put like a wet concealer underneath around my eyes, and then the makeup is on, and then I wipe it off and do like the shape, and then I do the rest of my face. I won't be doing that now because I've not done it right, but we'll carry on.
Okay. Liz Waldron wanted to ask Betsy, do you have a collection of wigs? Yes, we've just been through them.
So many, Liz.
I like the purple one, says Kirsty Waite. Ooh. Yes. And then Leon Peace is my other drag daughter called Flexibelle. He says, hey, Queens, how are you all this evening? We're fine, my darling. How's mother's child?
Hi, Leon.
Doing drag for... Ooh. I caught it. I'm a boy. Sure, my mirror went flying. I have been doing drag for 10 weeks, and I've picked up 3 drag daughters. I'm not sure how that... I mean, obviously Lady Martinique is a slut, because she's got 3 daughters, and she's had no No offers of marriage yet, but she's picked up 3 daughters.
Whereas Betsy doesn't have any kids. Betsy's clearly a virgin. Let's see, who was it who liked the purple wig? Was it? It was Kirsty.
Kirsty.
I think then we might have a go with this palette because it's got some nice blues and purples and things in it, and that might go nicely with that wig.
Amazing. Right, guys, if you're watching this, why not like and share our broadcast, get some more people online, and start sending us your questions. Betsy is happy to ask anything except that stuff that she signed a non-disclosure agreement about, and I'm happy to answer anything except the stuff that I've decided to sign a non-disclosure agreement about. So basically, if we think your questions are too personal, we might just plead the fifth.
Yeah, we might just ignore them and move on to the next one.
Yes, onto someone more fabulous than you. Careful.
Right, let's try and do some eyeshadow, shall we? What lovely
Ruby, yeah.
I think we'll go. I think one of my least favorite things about makeup is all the stupid names they give all the eyeshadows.
Oh yes.
So this one has everything from transit to universe. Is it a space themed one? Oh yeah, it's called the Celestial palette. That would make sense.
Right. In my collaboration one that you said you don't have any collabs, I've got things like Calypso, Destiny, Girlies, Soccer, Javert, Bachanel, Notting Hill is one of the colours.
Notting Hill,
Spiced Island, Navy, Spiced Rum.
Oh, yeah, you've got my attention now.
Yeah, Spiced Rum, we like that. So, I have found angled brushes, and they are my new best friend.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, angle brush gets in where you need it to get in, and you can work at an angle and work away from something.
For me, my best friend is just blending, because if it balls up, just blend it out.
Yeah, I'm battling to blend. I have mammoth fingers and mammoth hands.
Oh, I'm sure you don't, Lady Martinique.
Yeah.
Don't sell your hands short.
She was not born dainty, that's for sure.
I don't think of Betsy as a dainty queen. I think she's more clumsy. She's a clumsy queen. She falls over a lot.
So I know I've asked you this before, but for the viewers at home, how did we come by Betsy Snatchwagon?
Yeah, so it was myself and Sally Manella, who we talked about a couple of times, my drag sister. As I said, I can't quite remember exactly who came up with Betsy and who came up with Snatchwagon. But I knew I wanted a name that was I wanted a first name that was kind of quite feminine, but wasn't a name you necessarily got everywhere, which is how we got Betsy. And then Snatchwagon, I knew I wanted something that was funny, but that wasn't like a pun. So I didn't want to be like,
Yes, exactly. The sexual innuendo queens or the...
I didn't want to be like a Dixie Normus. One, because there are like 25 Dixie Normuses out there already.
Oh, don't even get me started. She's not happy about that. She's taking them all. She's taking them all to court.
Which one?
The one from Poole.
Oh, is she?
The one that's local to us. She's actually opened court cases.
All right. Well, I don't know who. I guess the only person that would win is whoever was able to prove they were the first one.
Yeah, I think there should be, like there is in America for the clowns, there should be like a drag registry. Do you know what I mean? Like you register your name, and then that's your name.
But instead of painting your face on an egg, you have to paint it on what's like a drag queen equivalent.
A bra. A bra.
You have to.
Keeping abreast of the
paint one giant cup of yourself. That can be your face. And that's how you register your name. I will say I'm a fan of this eyeshadow palette already. It's very nice. I've only used one colour, but currently I'm a fan.
Oh, praise indeed. Miss Betsy Snatchwagon is going out on a limb and already endorsing a palette.
Oh, I'm not into... Oh, let's not push it. But... No, I'm going out on a limb and saying I don't hate it. and I'm not going to throw it away. I don't know if you, Lady Martinique, I know you've seen a couple of them. I don't know about the boys and girls watching any of my makeup cock-ups that I've been doing on Instagram.
Now, I saw your attempt at, was it Cruella de Vil you did?
Yes, yeah, that was the first one, which did not go well. I'm going to be honest.
I saw most of that.
Yeah, that one did not go well, but it's a journey, and I never consider myself to be a makeup. They're not makeup tutorials; they are makeup application videos, and we might have some laughs.
I genuinely believe that makeup is like painting by numbers, so you need to have fun with it and you need to play with it. If you're not going to play, you won't figure out what works for your face.
Yes, absolutely.
And a lot of the queens, when I was looking into going into this and doing this, a lot of the queens I spoke to said just pull out your brushes, pull out your makeup, whatever you can afford, the best price point that you can afford, and have a go. Like having a go is the biggest thing.
Oh God, yeah.
You know.
You've got to just have a go, and I would say that to anyone who is interested in starting drag. The only thing you need to start drag is to start it. Like you don't have to wait.
And a pair of balls.
Well, yes.
Because if you're not gonna be strong, you may as well quit before you begin. Because there's people out there that'll cut you down for free. Will try and cut you down for free.
I just realised you asked me a question about what are we on now? About 20 minutes ago that I just didn't answer. We just started talking about something else. You were talking about dating and drag.
Oh, sorry. Yes, my drag daughter, who's now here watching this, she actually asked the question on our show, like, do we all find it difficult to start dating someone being a drag queen, and do people have misconceptions? And the general consensus was, yes, people do have misconceptions. People make assumptions about you as a drag queen. People assume things like, oh, well, obviously because you're a drag queen, you want to be a woman. You know what I mean? Like, there was all this, I suppose, all this supposition around doing drag, and people, not really bothering to find out. People just assumption around drag. The assumption that obviously you want to just be a woman, and obviously you just want to do this. And in actual fact, I'm quite happy with my sexuality. I'm very happy with my partner. This is something I'm doing for me as an expression art form. It's not something I'm doing because I want to have a sex change. And again, I've got friends who have transitioned. My own godson's father is becoming a woman at the moment. So I'm not opposed to people transitioning. I'm not opposed to anyone that's doing their own thing. My rules in my life are do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting or harming anybody else.
Yes, I would agree with you completely there.
Take ownership for your shit. The shit that you do, take ownership of it. So if you want to party all night and party all day, cool, go ahead. But then
don't hurt anybody.
But don't hurt anybody, but also own that. Don't pretend you're not partying all night and all day if you are. I think people need to make a decision and stick to it. People need to own up to what their part is and what's going on around them. And that's even in our communities. There's such stereotypes and phobias out there of people and assumptions of, because we're gay men, obviously we want to sleep with every man. Not true.
Of course.
Not true. You don't want to sleep with every man. You don't want to view every man's accreditations, maybe. Those are things. To
be someone's side piece.
No, and you don't, and you also don't want to be treated like some second-rate citizen.
No.
There is certainly something to said for having equality and having the same rights as everybody else, and also people just recognizing that actually you might just want to be treated as normal.
Yes.
Whatever normal equates to, whatever normal is, but the idea of being normal.
Yes.
So you see, I've done this white.
Yes, I can see.
Under everything.
I think you should just leave it like that.
So I can do panda eyes for the night.
Yes, you can be Lady Martinique the panda.
Panda realness.
Yeah. I will say, talking about the dating thing, it's interesting that you said you thought people had issues with it. From my personal perspective, I have genuinely never run into any issues when it comes to dating and drag.
Okay.
people have always been very kind of accepting, I guess, and understanding. It's like, it's very much the case that it's part of my life. It's not a humongous part of my life, but it is part of my life, and that's the way it is. But no, maybe I'm the exception, which is fair enough, and I've been very lucky.
But you wouldn't. I'm assuming you wouldn't go on a date as Betsy. You'd go on a date as Peter.
Yes, no, no. I don't go on dates as Betsy. I've had offers. Betsy's had offers.
Now that's the interesting thing, because that's what I've discovered in the last 10 weeks. Because all the girls were talking about it, and I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, you're going to get some strange men out there that are going to offer to do X, Y, Z for you if you would go on a date with them." And I'm like, "Oh, thankfully I'm married."
Yes.
Thankfully I'm married. Okay, so we got people talking here, right? Shameless plug. Follow me on Insta. Also, that green wig behind the pink one is gorgeous. It's not a green wig, lovey. It's a blue wig.
The blue wig.
Ignore my drag.
Also, this one's not pink; it's peach. If we're gonna be really pernickety. But...
What's your best outfit to wear, and what makeup will you use? What's your favorite outfit to wear, Betsy? What is she like?
Would you like to see it? It's in. I have to stand up, but it's in reaching distance.
That's all right. We'd all like to see. Every now and again, I forget we have an audience watching us. I just think I'm having a kiki with my sister.
So this is my current favorite outfit to wear.
Oh,
is gold reversible sequins into rainbow. It's a little short dress, little sleeves. I got it for like £10 on eBay. No joke. It's fabulous.
Okay, but let's get very personal now. What female dress size are you?
Oh well, I'm a 6.
You're not. You're lying.
No, I'm really not. No, I'm a
personal
14.
Oh, so you would find most things would fit you as a 14. I'm a 22. I'm a 22. Yeah, and so specifically, Betsy, I have a problem here because you can't make your ribs any smaller. So I have a 46-inch chest.
Oh wow.
Which means chest plus boobs puts me into the Hello 22 dress size. Just chest on its own, because you can't constrict your chest.
No.
All our corsets and stuff help with our tummies, don't they?
Yes.
So we can't constrict up here where your nipples are. So whatever that measurement is your bra size. So I'm a 46H bra because I have bought H cup titties. You learn something new every day.
So Lady Martinique has massive tits. That's what we learned today.
Well, I thought they'd be bigger than what they are, to be honest. When I ordered H cup, I thought they were going to be bazungas, and they arrived, and they were relatively normal sized, I suppose. So I'm a bit confused. I've actually bought a pair of individual silicone breasts, similar to what they use as prosthetics for ladies who have had to have their breasts removed through mastectomy. So yes, so I have these H cups that need filling. But yeah, my favorite dress at the moment, I can't get to, it's in my drag room, but it's a silver sequin dress, funnily enough, that my husband bought me at Tesco.
Everybody loves sequin.
My husband bought it for me at Tesco. So I have a Florence and Fred gorgeous silver, micro silver sequin dress that I got recently. It's so nice that we've actually bought another one for pepper spray, and we are going to be using them as part of our Christmas costumes for our Christmas.
Oh, fabulous.
So with oh, hang on. Betsy, how long does it take you to get ready for a show, says Liz Waldron.
Hello, Liz. So to do my makeup for an actual show, it tends to take me about an hour. But that's normally because I'm not chatting. Like, obviously, we've been doing this for 45 minutes, and I'm nowhere near finished. But we've been, obviously, myself and Lady Martinique have been chatting. Normally, it's about an hour, hour and 15. That's not including shaving, but including everything else.
Yeah, I shaved this evening and ended up with 4 slices across my chin.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
And I was like, lovely. Concealer. So that was for you. Kirsty says, hello, daughter Hayley Samantha Davenport. I'm not sure what that means. Rose Jenks says, hello, Betsy, my sweet.
Rose! Oh, Rose was one of our Live in Lockdown super fans. She would come on
Oh,
every week.
well, that's a
And she'd
gorgeous
watch
baby photo. That is a gorgeous baby photo. Maybe it's
Rose.
her.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, Rose is absolutely stunning. Hello, Rose, darling. Oh, I'm so happy you're watching.
Claire says that outfit is lovely. She's also saying hi to Flexi. I've got many comments coming in, guys. What's happened with the comments?
Have we just been chatting too much, Lady Martinique? Do you think that's what it is?
Oh, no, but they need to send comments in so we can chat with them. Otherwise, we're just going to carry on chatting shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. We will carry on talking unless you stop us.
Yes. Find a reason to stop us.
Right. This, I am actually going to officially. I know I said I wasn't. It was a bit early. I am going to endorse this makeup palette. I'm a big fan.
Oh, if we had sound effects, we'd play them right now. We don't have sound effects.
So I don't know if they still do it anymore because I've had this for ages. But this is Revolution Pro, one of the regeneration palettes in Subtle Trends, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
The matte shades are all fabulous. I'm now going to try one of the shimmer shades that I may unendorse it in a minute. But
so how did we? So we came about drag because we'd moved and we wanted to go back into the arts or into performance, and by chance happened to befriend or make friends with that other one, Mrs. Salmonella.
Salmonella, yeah.
And having made friends with her, you were invited along and then subsequently booked. So, is that well known where you work? Do your work colleagues know what you do?
Yes.
And how's that received?
Yes, they do. Well, one of the main reasons they know about it is because I am in my boy job. I actually have an exclusivity clause in my contract, which means I have to seek prior approval for any additional work that I do. That's not to be a drag queen, obviously. That's for work I would do like similar in my own field, but that's not actually what the thing says. It says you must seek prior approval for any additional work you want to do. So I didn't have to tell my boss this is what I want to do. They all think it's fabulous. They're very, very supportive. I think for them, it's as long as it's not impacting on my performance in my actual job, not my actual job, in my boy job. They're fine with it. So yeah, they've always been very supportive. I'm very lucky again to have worked with such supportive people. They've tuned into the live shows and things that I've done. Yeah, they're really, really nice people. And again, I'm very lucky.
So like I said to you just before we started tonight, I kind of had a quick look at your boy profile because we're friends as boys as well on Facebook. But I see that you're not from Bournemouth originally.
No, that's correct. I was born in Yorkshire.
So isn't that quite a distinct accent, or am I just being? I don't know what the word is. It's not racist, but am I being like segregational arealist or something? I don't know. Isn't a Yorkshire accent quite thick usually, as in a very special twang to it?
Yes, yeah. If you're from like kind of like North Yorkshire, like the Dales or anything, you have the very, very thick kind of traditional Yorkshire accent that I think you're probably referring to. My accent has kind of been slightly. So I'm from East Yorkshire originally, so it's not quite as thick, anyways. But then I spent 5 years in Durham, which I know is further north, but that kind of bred a bit of the Yorkshire accent out of me, and now I've been in Bournemouth for 6 years, so it's kind of transmogrified into this weird mix of accents that I now have.
In ages, transmogrified.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm quite proud of myself for remembering it.
That's a big word for a Monday night at this time.
Yeah, sorry, boys and girls. Have I spoilt it by using a big word?
Yes. That's it. You're done. You'll never work in this town again. Transmogrified our audience.
But no, yes. So yes, normally it is a much stronger accent. But what will happen is you will catch me. It will happen at some point during the next hour or so, however long we're here. You'll catch me, and I will say a certain word, and it will be incredibly northern, and it will sound like nothing else that I've said the whole night. And
It's
that's
like
how you'll see it.
people catch me saying something sort of South Africanized, because that's obviously where I'm from,
Mm.
and I won't even realize I've said it because it's just so, you know, it's not like I'm putting on an accent to be here. I just, sometimes you will drop back into your
Mm.
natural way of saying things, and people say, "What did you just say?" And I'll literally go, "Oh, hang on. In South Africa, that's this. In England, that's this." And people kind of laugh at me, and they go, "You actually drop in and out." And I'm like, "No, I've been here for 11 years, but it is very easy to slip back into, like you said, your Yorkshire accent or my South African."
Absolutely. Yeah. And when
Yes,
I go back.
I find it's like specific words or mannerisms, though.
Mhm.
Like I'll say something, and people go, "What's that?" And I'll be like, "Oh, hang on, I'm not in South Africa. It's this in England." I find it very interesting because I'm an ex-drama teacher. I find it interesting how people speak and how they present themselves. I'm fascinated by. That's why when you said transmogrified, I was like, "Oh, that's an amazing word. I haven't used that in ages."
Mhm.
Because I'm a big reader, and obviously being a thespian, one does come across these things from time to time.
You heard it here first, boys and girls. She's a reader, a lesbian.
Thespian, not lesbian, you bitch.
Is being a lesbian a
Kirsty,
bad thing, Lady Martinique?
we are watching you do your makeup. It's amazing to watch and learn. Well, Kirsty, if you're interested, every Monday night we do this. It's called tea and shading. So tea is a gay term for spilling the tea. So basically gossiping about everything and anything that's going on or that we want to chat about. It gives us free reign to talk about whatever we want, really. And shading is all about blending and shading and doing the makeup. And as I was saying to Betsy, I've only done our original show that we're doing. We're now 10 weeks in, so this week will be week 11 on Saturday night. So technically speaking, Betsy, are you ready for a shock and a horror?
I am ready.
Technically speaking, on myself, I have done makeup 10 times for my show, 2 times for the other 2 episodes of this current show that you and I are doing, and once to do a hen party. So I've done my makeup 13 times.
Oh, lucky for some.
Well, the point is, if I didn't have this show on a Monday night and a Wednesday afternoon, I wouldn't be practicing my makeup in between my Saturday night shows. And like you said, you, under normal circumstances, you would be doing rubies maybe once a month, maybe twice at a push. It's not like it's your be all and end all. It's not everything you're focusing on,
No.
but it is your fun thing for you to do. I would like my drag to be my be all and end all. But I do have other work that I do, and most of the viewers that are watching do know that I work as a holistic therapist, I work as a medium, I work as a wedding planner, organizer, event planner. I do all sorts of things. And so this is just another string to the bow, but something that I would love to pursue more fully, more seriously and more fully. So this, for me, Kirsty, is a chance to practice my makeup and get to know my fellow sisters. Claire says, eyeshadow palettes are my weakness, especially Morphe eyeshadow.
Morphe are the best.
Face. I mean, look at her face. Of course she's got a weakness for palettes. This girl can paint.
Oh, yes, she can. Morphe palettes are the best. Morphe, when I'm doing my, like, in real life shows, I swear by Morphe palettes. They're fabulous.
Are they highly pigmented?
Yes.
Do they give you the color transfer you're looking for?
Yes, absolutely. And they come in some fabulous. There are 7 million different ones. That's the problem. So you have to have them all. They do a lot of collaborations. They're just really, really good. Like I'm trying out lots of new things. So this again is something I never used, which is called Strong Soul, which is a contour palette. I got this for free once as part of a free gift. Never used it before. It seems to be okay.
It's looking nice. It's doing a nice shadow there on your hairline. So Betsy's doing this because I'm assuming. Are you into lace fronts? You're wearing a lace front this evening.
Yes.
Okay. So Betsy wears lace fronts. I'm still wearing hard fronts. I haven't bought my first lace front yet. Watch this space. Exactly. So what Betsy's doing is she's contouring the edge of her hairline. So when she does glue down her lace front, look at our supermodel Betsy. Here's Betsy contouring for the evening, contouring for the gods. So when she does this, it will blend the lace front seamlessly once it's glued down. I'm assuming you're not going to glue it down though, because you're not going to glue it
No.
down. You're just going to put it on. So
Yes, I'll just be putting on a wig
ordinarily,
rather than putting it down. But
you would make the lace front tacky and you would glue it down. And what then happens is that all the contouring she's doing will help to blend the lace front into her skin tone. So it creates that illusion that it is her natural wig.
yes.
So that's what Betsy's doing. Also,
That's-
as men, we need to actually contour around the edge of our faces because our faces are generally bigger than ladies' faces. So you try and create a smaller face and a bigger shadow around the outside. Underneath here, you can see I've contoured underneath my chin. Under normal house light, boys and girls, it will look like I'm a headless person or I'm a personless head. But under stage lighting, it just helps to blend my 4 million chins into one.
4 million.
At least.
No.
Betsy, do you sing? Betsy does sing, Liz, and I can tell you that this girl's got a set of pipes on her. She can sing beautifully.
Oh, you are far too
I heard
sweet.
her sing way before. I heard her sing way before we actually even chatted. I heard you sing the night you were in lockdown at Sally Manila's home when you were sat across the room from her originally. And
yes, and we did our socially distant show. Yeah.
And you couldn't decide what you wanted to sing. So the two of you were kind of fumbling around trying to work out what to sing. But there were some beautiful tones that came out there. And Liz, as you know, I've sung my entire life in professional choirs, so I know a singer when I hear one.
Oh, you are very, very sweet. Thank you. Has Lady M let me get a word in edgeways? Yes. I'm going to say yes because I want people to like me.
Have you ever poked yourself in the eye when applying eyelashes? Yes.
Yes.
Have you got eyelash glue in your eyes? Yes. Has your eyelash ever fallen off? It nearly did. Has your wig ever come off? It nearly did in a show the other night. What else? What other tragedy? What other tragedy?
Is earrings. Earring.
Yes. Off. They pop off or they get caught in your wig. And the other night I wore a beautiful gold, like a necklace, but it was almost like a breast piece necklace because it came all the way down here, but it had a gold chain at the back, and the gold chain got raveled into my wig.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
So by the end of the night, I was like, oh. So, does tragedy strike drag queens? The answer is yes.
Yes, all the time.
Also,
we just try and laugh it off.
The fatal thing for drag queens, boys and girls, if you were a true 1000% drag queen, you might tuck properly with tape, which I'm not attempting to do for love nor money. But if you were to try and do that, and all of a sudden you needed to go to the loo, you would be in agony before you got to the loo.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just leave that there, shall we?
Yes. I don't tape either. I use a gaff and then lots and lots of tights.
Now let me tell you a secret. I use tucking panties, so she looks like she's almost like a short boxer shorts, like a full underpants, like a what's her name? The movie? What's her name? Baby. She had a baby.
She had a baby.
One of the movies is about her baby. Oh, she did 3 of them. Bridget Jones panties, right? Okay, ignore me. It's just a way to get to where I'm going. Bridget Jones panties.
Absolutely fabulous.
So picture a set of Bridget Joneses, right? So they're not exactly designer. They're just covering everything and pulling everything in.
Oh, yeah.
At the back of mine, they've got built-in small butt pads. Okay. So I use that to, let's say, fold away, and we put those up, and that holds most of everything in place. And then, Betsy, let me share a secret with you. Pairs and pairs of tights, not necessary. One pair of 100 denier tights. It's the thickest tights you get. It's like wearing 4 layers of skin. And she's one set of tights. She'll do all the flattening, all the covering, and then you can put your fishnets over her. Because these queens are told that they wear 5 or 6 sets. I'm like, oh, bless you, but that's not necessary.
I will say, I said hundreds of pairs. I actually only wear 2 pairs of tights, but there's a lot of So I basically when I do it, so I'm quite similar. So I have my gaff, which is almost like I guess like a thong. It's a very tight thong,
Yes.
and that's the first thing, and that's
Yeah.
what I use to tuck it
That
all up.
creates the dome.
Yes, that creates the dome. That creates the Millennium Dome, and then I have a similar kind of giant pant thing that has butt
Built
pads
in.
and hip pads in it because I need to do some hip pads as well because I have
I've
nothing.
got one of those too. Yep.
Yes, yeah. Then I put that on. Then over the top of that is tights. And if I'm wearing something like very kind of high cut, like I'm wearing like a kind of a leotard, I'll put on 2 pairs of like 100% of 100 denier tights. I'll put on 2 pairs of thick tights just to smooth everything out.
Yeah.
Then normally it'll be a pair of fishnets. Then on top of that, depending on what I'm wearing, it'll be like a pair of like lady knicker pants.
Oh.
And that's me. And then there'll be like a corset and a bra
But you see, boys and girls, they don't realize how many layers we are putting on to get the, let's call it smooth, and to get the silhouette that we want.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you need to go to the loo during a show, you are fucked. Let's just put it very basically, you're fucked. Because I counted last time, I think I had 6 layers downstairs, with all the tights and the panties and the pull away and the this and the padding and it was 6 layers, and I thought, oh no, I can't be asked. 6 layers?
Absolutely. I don't pee in drag. I just can't. I just wait. I hold it and I'm really tense.
How long has it taken us to get our perfect makeup? Forever, Nicola. Because you know what? We still haven't achieved it. Well, I haven't.
Speak for yourself.
I haven't achieved it.
I will say this. I'm enjoying, but I'm literally only using that colour. I'm using that colour there, which is lovely. That one, I don't know what I would use for. It's far too light for it. It possibly might be good. My problem is when I'm judging like makeup and I'm saying, oh, don't buy that, buy this, blah blah blah. I'm obviously judging it as a drag queen, and we're using it as in a very specific way.
Yes.
Like my forehead, as you can see, is basically brown.
And like we've said before, we're going for high pigmentation. We're going for high delivery. We're not going for, supermodel look on the runway.
No.
Our intent is to perform under strong lighting, harsh lighting,
and try not to sweat it all off
in the first 5 seconds.
Yes. So we are going. So I've been like piling this on, but I am saying this is nice for like an actual woman. I imagine these other shades would be more like, because there's 3 different ones, so you can do quite a lot of different contouring just with those.
Or an actual woman? You mean you're not a real woman? I'm sorry, I only booked you because I thought you were Betsy Snatchwagon. Isn't she?
Sorry, it was a slip of the tongue. I meant for a woman of the world. I don't know.
That's a whole other show.
Not all the jokes land, I'm going to be honest. Like, some of them are just...
Oh, trust me, in here it's like cricket sometimes because I'm South African. My co-host is British, and she just looks at me and goes, that wasn't funny.
I am going to use a little bit of this darker one, though, Lady Martinique. I'm going to try a little bit of the very darkest one, just on the very top edges and in the very...
I've just tried one of the contour colours, because you mentioned it. I tried one of the contour colours in this palette, the dark one here. I'm trying to not get the ring light on the screen. Where am I going?
My lighting is a bit pants, isn't it? Sorry, I just realised that.
No, mine's very pants. I've got to kind of avoid the screen and the ring light and whatever. So there. I think, boys and girls, I'm going to go into... Oh, we've hit an hour. I'm going to go into some eyeshadow now as well. I think I've played enough with contouring and letting this eye gel... It's like an eye gel, really, that I've put down first in the white. It gives you a nice white coverage, though. What else? Who else? Kirsty says, here's a tip for applying lipstick. Put an earbud in between your mouth, then apply.
An earbud?
I've just done 2 makeup courses, and I never heard that.
Thanks, Kirsty.
Thank you, Kirsty. You might have to demonstrate for us, because both of us are looking like... What?
I will say, one of the big tips, one of the things that really actually improved my makeup, genuinely, in terms of blending is going in a circle, like not like doing like that,
Yes.
but like doing everything in a circle. That literally improved my makeup 1,000% once I started actually blending properly.
I battle with blending because my big gorilla hands, see, these big gorilla hands can't do round circles or can't do pretty round circles. So every now and again, I find myself trying to do it afterwards, after I've applied it. Really, I will try and blend it out, but I can't get the clockwise or the anti-clockwise motion. And I've even had my drag queen friends from London have been saying, "Oh no, it's the brushes you use. We'll send you brushes from London." And I'm like, "Yes, but that doesn't change my hand, does it?"
We'll send you hands from London.
Yes. Could you send hands, please? Hands from London. Hi to my brother Andy, who's watching. Hi Andy, how are you?
Andy.
Kirsty says, "I have a tip for applying lipstick." Again,
Another tip. David Parkinson said, "Slap it on, darling."
now David Parkinson, if you've ever watched any of our shows, he moonlights as our friend Fanny Craddock. She comes onto our show to do a cooking segment.
Sorry, that's a fabulous name.
So I'm going to go and watch your Saturday night show, and maybe you'll go and watch our murder mystery that we did last Saturday.
Absolutely, I will. Yes, I would have tuned in, obviously, but like we said, we were both live at the same time.
But Fanny Craddock was one of our performers. We had 6 of us doing the show. So Claire Media with the red wig that you saw a moment ago, she was in the show. My daughter Flexibel was in the show. Our friend Make It Rain from London, she was in the show. Myself, Pepper, and David Parkinson, who as his alter ego is the inevitable Fanny
inevitable.
It's on YouTube. Okay, cool, Kirsty. I'll go and check it out on YouTube. She's talking about the earbud trick.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions for Betsy or for myself, for Lady Martinique? I know there's a 10-second delay on this, guys. So when I'm saying things, you guys are only hearing it 10 seconds later. It is something that happens with StreamYard. It's something I've had to get used to. And so it goes.
And so it goes, exactly.
So it goes. So tell us a bit about the singing then, Betsy, because you can sing. So where's that come from? In other words, did you sing at home? Do your parents sing? Anything like that?
No.
No.
No. I've always loved singing. Like ever since I can remember, I've always loved music and singing and everything to do with singing. And I never really thought that much about it. I never was entirely sure I could sing.
Okay.
When I was like a boy, I was in like the choir at school.
I was like a boy. Back when I was a boy.
Yeah, when I was a boy. And then I was lucky because obviously as a man, my voice broke really, really quickly. So I never had that kind of embarrassing moment of being kind of, those fun noises that people make. Then I kind of, again, it was something I did for myself and never really pursued. Then when I was at university, I was in my first musical. Not as a big part, just as in the chorus, because I can't dance.
What was it?
The musical was Annie, Get Your Gun.
Oh yes, I've done that.
Very fun. So I was just chorus boy number 3 or whatever it was. Hopefully number 1, obviously.
There's no such thing as small parts, darling. There's no such thing.
To do that, I had to obviously do a singing audition, and they would not admit people who could not sing. So that gave me a little bit of confidence that I can sing, even if it's in a large group of people. They trust me to do something. But the first time I ever sang live solo was that first Ruby's gig that I was telling you guys about.
Oh wow!
So they very much took a punt, having not actually heard me sing. I'll just say that they very much took a punt on me being able to do it.
But don't you think that's the thing with drag? If you find the right group of people to be around, I find drag to be quite inclusive. If you find the wrong people to be around, if people are, kind of using you for their benefit, then I find people can be quite bitchy and quite exclusive and try and break you down. But if you can find your tribe, you find your people that are going to help you and support you and move you forward,
Absolutely.
then that's great.
Yes, completely agree. And that's the thing about Rubies. We pride ourselves, we're kind of sassy and, a bit kind of bantery, but we're not bitchy. Nothing is ever mean spirited from anyone. We like to think, well, we like to think that anyways. Maybe our audiences would disagree. But no, I completely agree. It's nice to, I don't think, as kind of LGBT people, as queer people, we have enough people trying to tear us down anyways. Why
Well,
would we
that's
do that to
exactly
each
what I
other?
say on the show. You've just taken the words right out of my mouth. I think there's
Hmm.
so many people outside of our circle or our group or our classification, whatever you want to call it. There's so many people out there who want to have a pop at us that
Hmm.
it's just unnecessary to do it from within the realms as well.
Hmm. Absolutely. What's the point? And the thing is, now there are, so many drag queens about, and we all offer a different thing, and just do what you do and just do it really well. That's my opinion on drag. I like seeing all drag.
Yes.
What I like to see is, no matter what you're doing, try put your 100% into it and do it to the absolute best of your ability. If you're going to do that, I will, applause.
So, do you have a favorite famous drag queen? Like, are you a RuPaul drag queen fan, or are you not a Ru fan? Because it is quite
Yes, I am a Rue fan. I'm more a fan from kind of the entertainment perspective than necessarily the drag perspective. But the thing is, there have been some absolutely amazing drag queens that have come out of RuPaul. Oh my goodness, I probably couldn't. Oh, I'm trying to think of just some of the ones that I like because I like so many of them. Some of my favorites are I love Willem, I love Alaska, I love some kind of more kind of campy queens, people like Mrs. Kasha Davis. I think she's fabulous.
you
Uh,
like Delano as well.
yes, I like Adore. I wouldn't say she's one of my absolute favorites, but I'd like Adore.
Oh,
Um,
I thought I saw you were going to watch her show.
yes, I am. That
That's
was
why I mentioned
bought,
her. I was like, I'm sure I just saw that you liked her
yes,
show.
that was bought as a present for my ex.
And moving on. Are we
Yes.
recently divorced?
Um, Earlier this year, but not massively recently. When we weren't. It was pre-lockdown. We're not a lockdown casualty couple.
Okay.
We're not that cliche.
And are we happier on our own?
We are. Yes, we're absolutely fine on our own. Thank you. Yeah, we're good. All very amicable. All for the best.
But
Wish him
still
nothing
looking
but
for
the best.
applications should anyone want to apply for
Oh,
Betsy.
absolutely. Very
By the
open.
way, she's very happy for applications to be submitted to her via her PO box address.
Yes, please. Anything. All of them.
Now, do they have to get past Foxy and Sally Manila? Do you have
Oh
quite?
no, they probably won't go anywhere near it. Sally had let them all through, and Foxy would scare the rest of them away. I think.
So I find Foxy's dynamic quite interesting, and I know I don't like to talk about queens when they're not around, but I find it quite interesting because that's obviously then an entire persona that's created.
Hmm.
Because as you said, she's actually celebrated as a heterosexual male when she's out of drag.
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Foxy's obviously in support of what all of you do,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes performs with you, or was that just a one-off because it was lockdown?
No, she does sometimes come to Ruby's. She very much got involved during lockdown, which we all loved. She's hilarious and ridiculous, and we all think she's amazing. So we were happy to have her. But Foxy and Mrs. Foxy are probably two of the best vocalists, two of the best singers that I've ever seen live. Like Foxy is just, oh my goodness.
Oh, he can really do all. She can really do all the what do I want to say, like big band numbers.
Oh my goodness, yes. She's just so good.
That voice has got such a resonance to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's fabulous. But yeah, it's nice as well. I like it because it means that Ruby's is super diverse. we have all different kinds of drag queens there, just through the convenience of us all being there. Really, it's so nice. Like, and everyone's got their own strengths, and everyone's got things they're really good at, and it's really nice. I like it. I like being in such a diverse cast of entertainers, because in the end that's what we are. We're entertainers.
But you guys aren't linked to the hotel, though, are you? Other than that, you perform there.
No. Yeah, but the hotel is our performance venue, but that's all.
So where do you rehearse? Or is there such a thing? Is there such a thing?
You just said a word that I don't know. Sorry, was that a South African word? Rehearse. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
So how do we come about the show then? We have a concept, because I've seen some of your shows are based on parodies of well-known, well-loved movies, musicals, etc.
Yes.
And then someone rushes out and buys a costume or two.
Yes. Let's see. I will describe our shows as sometimes there is a script.
Right.
It very rarely gets followed.
That is glanced at from a distance.
Yeah, but sometimes not even that. And that's kind of it. Normally there is a plot.
And there's a couple of things
we try and follow it. We just in the end we just roll with the punches, and actually in the end it's more fun that way, because we actually just get to react to what's going on.
So it's improv, really.
A little bit, yeah.
Cabaret improv.
Yes, it's very, and I would say that's actually a really good description. It's cabaret improv.
With a touch
and if things work, we will then try and carry them on to the next shows and the next week, etc. Well, as long as people are having a good time, we're happy. And thing is, because as is in performing in front of a live audience, when you're up close and personal with them, or before lockdown, things will happen during the first half. The first half is more like classic cabaret. We all go out and do solo sets.
Right.
But things will happen during that first half that we want to keep bringing up and keep referring to. So having something that's so rigid wouldn't allow us to do that.
Yes. Because you really use it as a catalyst for your evening, and each evening is then unique.
Yes, absolutely. And then everyone gets something a little bit different.
I would agree with that. I totally concur with that. It happens when I do live demonstrations, because I work as a medium. So when I do live demonstrations, you will find that you will have things that happen in the first half of your show that really would set the tone, I suppose, for the rest of the show. And really, oh gosh, just dropped my brush. Really would help you to achieve whatever your objective is within the show.
Being very classy here, I'm using eyeshadow as blusher because I don't have any blusher to hand, so I'm using eyeshadow.
Okay. Well, I've put gold under my eyes that you now can't see, but anyway, gold, and I've done all metallics through my eyes. But
very nice.
I'm fine.
I went with that. I've gone for kind of oranges and darker oranges and gold, so you can't really see because of the lighting. But I will put on some better lighting in a minute. Actually, I'll try and get something better.
Oh, there's going to be a lighting technician joining us.
Not really. I have a ring light somewhere over there.
Listen, we all have very glamorous homes, don't we? We all have very glamorous homes. We have a whole crew standing by, doing all our tech for us.
Oh, of course, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what I keep saying on a Saturday night when people get shitty and they go, "You haven't read my comment. I commented 5 minutes ago." And I'm like, yes, because my entire support staff is, dealing with your query right now.
Do we have some? Let's see. Have a look at the comments.
Let's see. When did you start choosing your drag names? Well, Betsy's explained hers already. Mine, Lady Martinique, my boy name's Martin, and I worked in a gay club, shock horror, in South Africa as the VIP barmaid for many years. From when I was 19, I think, until I was nearly 30, I worked in nightclubs as a sideline. And the first gay club I worked in, the manager was heterosexual, Indian man, and he went, there's 3 of you called Martin on the staff. There is no way I'm fucking calling Martin every 2 seconds and all 3 of you jump up every time. You better find your own names for me to call you. And I just went, oh, well, I'm Martinique. It's an island and it's large and lovely, which is true. There's an island called Martinique.
Yes.
That was it. I was christened Martinique then and there. And that name has stuck with a lot of my gay friends from South Africa would only call me Martinique in the club. But I wasn't, I've got exactly the same ring light.
So have you?
Exactly the same.
Amazon.
Yes, exactly.
This got me through a lot of lockdown, I'll be honest.
So that's how Martinique was born. And then when I wanted to go into drag a couple of weeks ago, Kirsty, a friend of mine, said, well, you've already got your name, Martinique, but you need something more. And I said, yes, I think I'm going to be Lady Martinique. And so now I'm Lady Martinique. And
that's a bit better.
There we go. And that doesn't require you to have a surname. If you're a lady, you don't need a surname.
Exactly. Lady Martinique. I love it.
So
great.
Yes. So my backstory is I'm an immigrant from South Africa. I am actually shock horror. Don't tell anyone. Shh, it's a secret.
Just between us.
Actually, one of the royals had a dalliance with my mother, and so I'm actually of royal birth. But we've signed a non-disclosure agreement. So all I can say is I'm 69th in line to the throne. So I moved to the UK to get closer to my throne. And that's how Lady Martinique was born. So she's here. Fabulous. She's here. She's ready to do her thing. So,
and eventually she will be queen.
Well, she's already a queen, but she will be the queen. Yes. Thou art correct.
Fabulous.
So I have done all these, for those of you that are watching at home, I've done all these sort of, what would we call them? Metallic tones on my eyes. And I'm now going to take some halo glitter. Halo? Oh no, I lie. Handayayan. Okay, I'm not going to pronounce that. Handayayan glitter. And I'm going to pop it over. Yes, sounds like I've had a cold. Achoo! And I'm going to pop it over the shadows because for me the shadows are a bit tame.
Mm-hmm.
They are metallic, but they're a bit tame. They're not wild and lovely like Lady Martinique wants to be. So she wants a bit of glam. So she applied.
I'm going to have to go back in on my eyes as well, I think, and brighten them up a little bit. Now I can actually see. I can see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to dust off. One of the things I do as well, I don't know if you do it, Lady Martinique, is put under my contour, is put white down there as well, just to highlight under it.
Yes.
Another little drag queen secret there, I think.
And sometimes we put too much powder on, and it's called baking. And that allows us to continue with the rest of the face while that's setting underneath the baking powder as such. And then when we go, like Betsy's doing now, she's removing any excess powder that's hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
And that then prevents any of your colors from spilling out on the rest of your face.
Absolutely. So I was baking under my eyes, on my nose, under here, on my forehead when I wasn't contouring. I was baking all there. But now I'm dusting it all off with a big brush.
So here's my glitter.
Very nice.
So it just takes that metallic and it gives it a nice shimmer. And now I've got glitter all over my flat. Another casualty of being a drag queen. Glitter fucking everywhere.
Everywhere. No escape.
I've stopped arguing with it now too, because in my day-to-day life as a boy, I can't stand two things. Party balloons, I think, are for kiddies. So party balloons are not my favorite thing, and I work in events, so you can imagine how often I have to put up balloon displays.
And
the other thing I can't stand is glitter. I cannot stand glitter, but as Lady Martinique, she loves a sparkle.
Of course.
Also, as my boy self, I don't know if you have differences, but as my boy self, I'm a silver wearer. I only wear silver. Lady Martinique likes gold. She doesn't like silver at all.
Ooh, that is very interesting. I'm a little bit of everything with my. I don't wear a lot of silver and gold as a boy. Normally, Betsy wears a lot of silver, but today I've actually gone a little bit gold, and I've got this kind of. I'm going to pair it with this deep red lipstick I'm going to use, I think. The one thing
Okay.
I have noticed is I cannot get away with having like a nude lip or a light lip. It just doesn't
I
work on my
can't.
face. It just doesn't
I need
work.
a dark, deep, dark, sultry lip.
Always. It just doesn't.
Find
It doesn't
people.
work.
Hobbies this year. I don't know what that's in reference to. Uh, Liz wants to say, Betsy, you're very funny.
Oh, thank you, Liz.
Steve Gonzalez is one of my many, many concubine men. He's a heterosexual male who keeps flirting with me shamelessly, Betsy, shamelessly. I think
Shame.
you need to put him on your watch list, Betsy, because he's one of those dodgy types. But he's also a
I'll,
great concert pianist, and he teaches piano, and he is exceptionally talented as a musician. Um, and he's just said that we are hot. He said, "You hot babe." So obviously he's speaking to both of us.
I'm gonna
We're
say
going to
that
both
he
take
is,
it.
yes. Even though he's probably just speaking to you, I'm gonna say he's speaking to both of us.
I'm going to say he's speaking to both of us. So sparkly, says Kirsty White. So now I'm going to do a little. I'm going to do so. Betsy, I have found this product, which is for me absolutely amazing.
Tell me, darling.
It is called Beam Me Up. It's a W7 product. This.
Okay.
And what it is it's a liquid highlighter, but it's like pearlescent. So it looks like the inside of a pearl. It gives you the most amazing. I'm going to just do a little on my hand here to show you. I'll do one little blob. So where am I? Where are you? Here. But when you spread it, it makes your hand. Oh, for fuck's sakes! I will show you on my nose. So I do it under my eyes. I do a couple of dots. And it's like a little ink pot thing where you kind of suck it up with the dropper.
I see. I can't get on with liquid highlighters. I don't really. But I think it's something I just don't know how I don't know how to use them. So I
Well,
use
let me
them
tell
wrong.
you, I battled to get on with it, and this is probably going to prove my point. Because what happens is that they set so quickly in the little place where you put them. So you've really got to work with them quickly before they set in individual, like in my case, individual blobs. See here, my nose is highlight now.
Yes. Yeah. I think my thing is I don't like putting after I've done my foundation, everything kind of liquid or foundation. Currently today, by the way, which I quite like, I'm using Barry M All Night Long foundation sticks. That's what I'm using today.
Really nice.
So I'm using. They don't do them in tons of shades, but I've used. My main face has been somewhere. I don't know, not that one.
My main face.
Oatmeal. My main face is oatmeal, and my second face. Yeah, so these are quite nice. They're very cheap, and they're only a medium coverage though, so you do have to put quite a lot of it on. But it does blend out very nice, and it sets very nice, as you can see.
You see, I'd like to be able to wear full coverage, but I haven't quite got that brave yet.
No, when I'm doing my shows, I'm a Kryolan girl, so I wear the Kryolan TV paint sticks. Plus,
How do you find those?
Sorry?
How do you find those?
I get them off the internet, so I just literally got my latest one.
No, I meant, sorry, that's a typical South Africanism. Sorry, I meant, how do you find working with them? Like, are they good for you? Are they?
I've been using them since the very start of me doing drag. Even that first gig, I was using Kryolan foundation, and yeah, I love them. I find it's easier to blend them out with a brush rather than a sponge. So I use something more like this, like a kabuki.
Oh, you had a concealer brush, yeah, a foundation brush.
Use them with that. I love them. I always use stick foundation though. I've never used kind of wet foundation, but I also have
stick foundation tonight as well. I was using these. I have 3 colors. I have a Max Factor pan stick, is what I use.
Oh yeah, the classics.
But I was using three different shades to get the different tonal, whatever that I want.
Yes. Yes, I find, because I have quite oily skin, I find that I like a drier stick foundation. It works better on me. The things that are too wet, I just can't really get on with. And for me personally, I found the Max Factor ones a little bit too wet. But I know people, as in I know other drag queens who swear by them, and they're very, very cheap. So
Who? What? The Max Factor?
the Max Factor ones, yeah.
Yeah, they were cheap. I will agree there. They were like, it was £13, and you could get 3 of the same color for £13.
Mm.
So
Whereas
like
the
three
Krylon ones are like
£35.
£70 a stick.
Wow. On
But it's
Amazon, it's 35 at the moment.
yeah, they don't really have a good selection on Amazon. You have to go onto the actual Krylon store to get them. But
I
if
have
you
an
can get
ex
them, they're fabulous.
I have an ex model of mine from my agency in South Africa when I taught modeling and deportment and had a studio, and he actually works for Krylon as a Krylon professional in London,
Oh,
in South Africa, sorry. And he said, when I spoke to him, that I should go to the pro shop in London.
mm.
And my thought was, I'd love to go to the pro shop in London. Are you going to pay for it though, Lovey?
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I could myself probably afford to pay for. Plus, going to London is an expense on its own, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We what we often do at Ruby's, or obviously again pre-lockdown, we would if one of us was going to London for another reason, we would do like a big shop at the Krylon store, and everyone would put their orders in. It's like, right, I need one of these, colors, etc., etc. And then whoever would just literally just come back with a big bag, and we'd all get what we asked for.
Amazing.
I'm now using powder foundation here just to highlight along my nose and everything. Using this nice goldy one, which is nice. Again, not something I normally use, but I don't normally do very many golds. But as I've done a nice kind of goldy, orangey eye, I thought I'll get in with my gold member and do some of this.
With your gold member?
My gold member.
Oh. Is that what happens when you take it out of the tuck? It becomes gold.
Yeah. If it's there for too long, it crystallizes and turns
so
gold.
long to turn gold.
Yeah. Even longer, it turns into a lovely diamond.
So get your orders in now, boys, for your diamonds. Betsy doesn't ask for much, just your undying love and adoration.
That's all I need. Nothing more. I don't think that's unreasonable.
So a question we ask all our guests is, what's next for Betsy? Is she happy where she is? Is she happy doing what she is?
Well,
fan, or is she, apart from being single and ready to mingle?
she's definitely single and ready to mingle, but that's not so much Betsy. That's more my boy self. I kind of said, obviously before kind of all the COVID and everything happened, I said that 2020 was going to be like 2020. Are we in 2020? Yes, we are. 2020 was going to be like the kind of year of drag. So I was going to I'm going to do more drag. I'm going to see if I like it, see if I want to pursue it more, etc., etc. And technically, I have actually done that just at home. Right. My original plan was to do to go out and do more gigs and do things outside of Ruby's, and probably get myself out there, maybe enter a few competitions and things. That hasn't happened, but I have really enjoyed doing all the lockdown stuff. But I don't know if that is literally because I can just do it at my house.
I think the important thing is if you've got a passion for something, is to follow your passion. I mean, I literally, like I said to you quickly pre-show, I said to you, I decided that I'd been involved with drag for 25 years and I now wanted to try it for myself. Just so happened we were going into lockdown and I was like, you know what? Perfect opportunity. I'm at home. I've got the time to do it. I've got no one bothering me. And it's for me. And so that's why I decided to do it. And the only people I considered outside of myself was my husband, because obviously, me taking on it becomes very public very quickly. And like you said about when we were chatting before the show about your work and your boy self, is people will tend to want to be your super fan and they want to know you in and out and all your stuff. And actually, it's important to have a healthy segregation between who you present on stage and who you keep for yourself.
Yes, I agree.
So, which is why I said to you, we wouldn't discuss anything you weren't happy to discuss earlier on when I was chatting to you, because I do believe that some of the mystery has to be there.
No, I agree.
Sally Lorella says hello.
Sally. Speaking of biggest fans, Sally is my biggest fan.
Oh, bless her. Hey, Sally. Hi.
Sally is the. I hope you mind me saying this. Sally is the mother of my singing teacher,
Oh,
and so she's that's how she kind of came to get to know Betsy. But literally, she tunes in on all my shows.
do you have a singing teacher here in Bournemouth?
Yes, I do.
Who's your singing teacher, if I may ask?
It is a lovely lady called Samantha Larilla. She's absolutely fabulous. I've been doing singing lessons for just over a year now. For the whole of COVID, we've been doing them via Zoom.
Yes.
Which has been fabulous. Exactly the same as doing them out of Zoom. Really, really enjoyed it. She's absolutely fantastic. I would recommend her to anyone who wanted singing lessons in Bournemouth. I know she's very busy. She also does do. She also is a performer herself, so she does weddings and things. The first time I saw her was at a wedding of a work colleague, and she was fabulous. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Samantha Larilla.
If you use the code Betsy Snatchwagon, you get 100% discount with her singing coach.
Yeah. You get 100% discount off nothing. Right. I think I'm ready for lashes. I think I'm at that time.
Oh, I'm not even going to attempt those tonight.
No, I could just put my glasses on. That's the cheat that I do. Oops. If I don't want to put lashes on, particularly during lockdown, so I've just knocked over my ring light.
No, your boy lashes. What are they like? Are they non-existent?
They're not very long. They're not very long. But what I do, particularly when I was doing the live in lockdown shows, I would just do this.
Oh.
And then you actually can't really see that I'm not wearing lashes.
Little cheat. Love it.
I am pretty much there, I think. A little bit of blending and stuff to do. Now I've got my glasses on, I can see where I need to blend out.
So what lip have you gone for tonight? I didn't see a lip go. Did we do a lip? Did you do a lip?
A lip, yes.
Oh, there we go. I didn't see
I think I'm going to put a gloss on top of it, just because everything is very shiny. I need to put a shiny gloss on top of my lip, I think, just to make it pop. But no, I'm happy with the colour choice.
I'll use this L'Oreal lip palette.
Ooh. I'm using a lipstick by a brand I don't know because it's not got a brand on it, but it's called Diamond Life.
Okay.
And it's kind of a deep purple.
Well, I've decided that at my age, my genuine age, I can't afford to use cheap makeup. So
I don't think that one was cheap. I just genuinely can't find a brand on it. It possibly came in a kit.
Oh, that wasn't a read. It was just like what I mean is I decided when I started drag that I'd rather invest in makeup that's not going to make my skin go awful, because I am of an age where that could happen very quickly.
What's this?
It's makeup, darling.
It's like a weird glitter thing. No, I don't want to use that on my face. That looks old. It's another Revolution product, but clearly as I've forgotten it exists, I didn't know about it. It's like a kind of glittery gel, but I don't feel confident using that on my face because I'm not sure how old it is. Oh dear. What else have we got?
The problem we also have is that makeup has a shelf life. People forget.
Oh god, yes, absolutely. And you really don't want to be plastering it on your face after it's expired. See what this looks like. Put a little bit of this in the center. That might be nice. Ooh.
I want to learn that trick of doing where people almost like contour their lips as well, where they do a darker color on the outside and then a lighter color in the middle. It actually makes them look so more plump and voluptuous.
I'm doing it a little bit today, but just not very well. Because this lip gloss isn't blending out very nicely. But well, that's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it, boys and girls.
So was Saturday night your last live Rubies at your venue again for a while?
Yes, yes. The hotel is currently closed because there was a fire next door to it, so it can't be open at the moment.
Where next door?
There's like an abandoned building next door to the Hotel Celebrity where we do rubies.
Yes, now the
And
abandoned building next door is owned by the Orchid Hotel over the road from it.
oh, is it?
Yeah,
Well, I
they were.
believe it caught fire quite recently.
Oh God, they were gonna be rebuilding it.
Well, now they'll have to start from nothing.
Wow.
Yes, so the hotel's not ready yet, but they're doing a lot of refurb and stuff inside it. But we took advantage to go in and do our show there, which was very nice. Nice to see everyone. Obviously, all very socially distanced, as you'll see on the video. We all got ready in, separate areas and things. So I've just got to clean all the powder off my computer, which is in front of me, and off my mirror because there's a lot of it everywhere.
There's my lip.
Very nice. We're slightly almost matching.
I don't overdraw my lip usually. I stick to the natural contour. And I like doing this cupid bow at the top. I like doing it like a sharp V.
Mm.
I saw someone paint their lip last night, and they painted it like a panto lip. They painted a big round, like heart on the top, and I don't know if I could do that.
I don't really go overdraw my lips either. I think it's because I do have a genuinely really small mouth. But all the times I've tried to overdraw them, I just look ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think you try and overdraw it, and then you've got like all the skin that you've actually drawn a lip onto.
I think it has to be in proportion. So, like, if you're doing like massive, like big, like Trixie Mattel, like cheek contour and big eyes and everything, he overdraws her lips, but because everything is so big,
yes,
it works.
It needs to be proportional. Yes, you're right. And that's why, going back to the breast thing, that's why I ordered the biggest breasts I could find, because I'm so broad-shouldered, and I have a bit of a tummy on me. It has to be said. I'm a bigger girl, put it that way, right? I'm really tall. I'm 6'4" without heels.
Oh wow!
And so it was just like there'd be no point in me getting these dainty little A-cup breasts for the big framework that I have to work with.
Yes, absolutely. It's all about that proportion. So I made my boobs out of sponges, but I think I wear a D-cup bra. That looks about right.
Okay.
I can see your
sponges.
Sorry?
Out of sponges.
Yes, out of car sponges, darling.
As you do.
As you do, yes.
Mine are here.
Oh. Boys and girls, you're excited to see Lady Martinique's boobs?
That's one of them. So she's silicone. She moves, she has jiggle, she has movement. But she's apparently an H cup, but I don't believe that. I don't think she's big enough to be an H cup. Oh, I had to cover the nipple. That's illegal on TV, isn't it?
Lady nipple, how dare you?
Lady nipple.
Lady nipples.
That'll be a new drag queen next week. Watch.
Lady Leisure. Someone who's watching tonight will finally call themselves Lady Nipples.
Hello, babes. Hey, Adam. Hi, Sally. The live at Ruby's was fab, she says.
Oh, thank you, Sally.
Sponges killing herself laughing at you now with foxy faces or kitty faces. And then Kirsty says, "Whoa!" I think that's in relation to my breasts.
I think that might be in relation to your breasts, darling.
My breastises. I was only keeping abreast of the situation, really.
Way, yeah. So I'll say, considering I've used a lot of stuff that I very rarely use, I'm actually quite happy with my makeup tonight.
Well, that's what things are. These are practice opportunities. There's no pressure to go out and perform. So trying new stuff and making mistakes or making errors or deciding that you don't like what you've used, there's a no harm, no foul kind of answer to it.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Because there's no expectation of performance at the end of this. You can go and do some of those penthouse shots you've been doing, those page 3 shots, and then Betsy can put us off to bed.
Yes, yes. With a roller Z and her hair net on.
Well, absolutely.
How long have we got? I know some people were talking about the wigs, so I might do a couple of little wig try-ons so we can have a look at some of them.
Let's have a look.
We'll start with the... Oh, that's making a very horrible noise. Let's start with this blue one. This will not go with the makeup I'm wearing, but it is very nice.
I bought, Betsy, can you believe it? I bought 10 of those polystyrene wig. Oh, that's gorge.
Mm.
And I like that color on you.
Mm.
It really looks nice with your eyes, babe.
Yes, this was a custom order. Like I said, Brenda LeBeau made this about a year or so ago, maybe a bit longer. It's very nice. It's held its shape very well. It's been through the ringer, so it was my main performance wig for quite a long time.
I don't comment about other queens. I try not to, but she's had a bad rap recently for not delivering. However, her work is flawless. That is gorgeous.
Like I said, I've heard various things, which I'm not going to comment on. All I can comment on is my personal experience, and this is my Brenda LeBeau wig. I did get it a year or so ago, but this was a custom order, and it's, as you can see, it's lovely. It's
really lovely. And I like that length of hair for you too. I do like the wig that you said you bought for lockdown. I think it's the wig I'm used to seeing you in mostly, but that Brenda LeBeau looks gorge.
Yes.
And the
when I first started, I used to wear very long hair, like very, very, very long feminine hair, and eventually I went away with that and started going big rather than long. So, because we like them long, don't we, girls? Hey. So yeah, so this has been the lockdown hair. A lot of the lockdown hair. It's not straight at all, but
neither are you, dear.
How dare you?
Neither are you, dear.
Yeah, this was the main lockdown hair, which I do love. It's very nice, very 80s. Again, this one's been through the ringer a bit, but this is a weekday wigs, which is again is lovely. Big fan. Let's see. Someone like the purple one. Should we have a crack at the purple one as well?
Yes.
Yes, this one is humongous. So this is a Webster Wigs, which was restyled by Wigs by Tiff. So if you've seen her on,
yes, I have. I'm chatting with her. I'm trying to get her to come on our show to talk about wigs.
It's very good. This is one of I actually got this pretty soon after she first started. It's very nice. It's got a lot of the wig itself was like tiny, and she managed to get so much volume out of it. It's really nice.
Wow.
This wig here was restyled by Tiff. It was in a ponytail, which is very nice, but the ponytail kind of fell out. So now I'm just kind of playing with it and doing other stuff with it.
Okay.
Yes, very nice.
Well, as you can tell, my boy hair is grey, silver. That's my natural color. So I actually started buying grey wigs because I thought that being my natural color, it would be probably the closest match to me in my skin tone, etc. So really, really cool.
Well, I also just bought a grey wig, which you probably saw if you watched the if you saw some of the Halloween shows and things. I was wearing it then.
I didn't see all of that. I saw the beginning, and then we went into our performance. So
yes,
I was like, oh, I must go back and watch that.
I'm not going to try the grey wig one on now though, because it will not go with this makeup at all. Because all I've used is gold and gold tones. It'll look ridiculous.
Well, I'll put my wig from Saturday night on. I was going to say, I bought 10 of those polystyrene heads on 2 weeks ago, but I bought the boy heads. So I've got girl heads, right? But I bought the male heads, and they've been arriving in dribs and drabs, Betsy. I had 4 of them arrive one day. Another 4 arrived today, so I'm still due 2 heads. God knows when they will arrive.
I love that. Well, let's see. This one is not going to look good because it's halfway through being done. Oh yeah, no. We're taking that one straight off, boys and girls.
So this is one of the boy heads.
Oh wow, they're very boy, aren't they?
And this is the wig I had on Saturday night, so it hasn't been brushed out or anything, but we'll give this a whirl, shall we?
I think I'm gonna show you guys one more. I think this is the one I'll probably settle on for the evening, which is another one of my lockdown ones. Which was this one. So special that it's in its own box.
Oh. We like the box.
look inside Betsy's box.
Ooh, what's
This
in
is
there?
another weekday wigs wig. I love weekday wigs. It's possibly my favorite person who does them. This one, which is very nice.
There we go.
Lovely. Oh, it's nice. I like it.
And this was a really, really inexpensive wig off eBay for £10.
Oh wow, wow for that.
But sometimes you get good, a good £10 spend, and sometimes you think, oh God, I may as well cut it up and use it as extras. Oh, I like that too.
This is another. This was a weekday wig. This was a what was called as a mystery wig.
Okay.
So basically, I chose the wig. I chose the color of the wig, but then he got to choose the style of it.
Right.
And luckily, what I think he'd done was, I think he looked at my pictures and did it the kind of wig that he thought I would like to wear.
Right.
This for me is like perfect. It's like kind of a
So
bit
the color is
80s.
your choice, but the wig is a mystery. That's how it works.
Yes, the style of the wig itself is a mystery.
Oh, amazing.
But this was absolutely perfect, and the wig itself is lovely. It's like a kind of slightly two-tone brown, a little bit of ombre.
Oh,
We like an ombre.
we like a little ombre, darling.
We like a big ombre, darling.
That's a sombrero. That's a different thing entirely.
We like a sombrero. Yes.
Oh my God, she's having hot flashes. Betsy is having hot flashes, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo. Just get me a fan out. There we go.
I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Betsy, Betsy, Betsy. So Betsy is taking orders for new gentlemen.
Yes, please.
She's also to be found at Ruby's. If you go and look up the Ruby's page for Bournemouth, you can find her there. You can find her as Betsy Snatchwagon here on Facebook. And you can also find her on Instagram as Betsy Snatchwagon.
That's correct.
All of it spelt as normal, as you would spell snatch and as you would spell wagon. There's no funny deviations or funny spellings, all of those kinds of things. Oh, we've got someone saying grey hair is cool. You can stay, Sally. Thank you, guys. Yes, grey hair is cool. I see you and I share the same tonal language. And I decided to wear my T-shirt tonight that I've never ever worn out in public because...
Oh, I love it. I've just seen it. My favourite colour is grey, all 50 shades. I love it. Mine has toucans on it. It's nothing fancy.
Oh, I like your toucan shirt. It's pretty. So keep your eyes peeled, boys and girls. My question I'm going to shamelessly ask you now is that with Ruby's not being open for the next couple of weeks, has your diary opened up? Could we possibly book you for one of our weekend slots?
Oh, I would be delighted, Lady Martinique. I'd love to come and join one of your Saturday shows.
You've got to have a strong set of plums, honey, because the conversation gets wild. But the nice thing is we want to really celebrate all the artists that we have in Bournemouth and around Bournemouth. This Saturday night we've got Fiona Flanjon, who is from London. She is a bearded drag queen. She has the whole glitter beard thing going on. She's here this Saturday night. Because this Saturday night is the night after Guy Fawkes, or 2 nights after Guy Fawkes. So our theme for this Saturday is an explosion of colour.
Oh, so the shows are themed, are they? So you'll give us like a...
Usually it's themed. This is a new thing. And the new thing is we're doing themes. So we had Hello Sailor 2 weeks ago. I had a gorgeous double stack grey wig on. And then also had a boat mounted into my wig. Just for good measure. Because I style my own wigs and have started making some drag gear as well. You look like the school teacher all of a sudden. Or a naughty librarian.
I think.
You could be a naughty librarian.
A sex retardee, that's what I think.
Oh. We like that. Chuckers.
Cheers. Mr. Johnson, would you like your papers bringing in now?
I'd like you to grade my papers.
I'd like you to gradient my papers.
Oh. Natural curve.
I worked in exponential curve.
I worked in education in South Africa. I was at girls' high school for 11 years, and we had to grade on the curve. So you had a curve that you graded on, so that you know that the girls got a fair shout. Anyway, that's in another entire lifetime.
Mhm.
What we are going to say is this. We are going to say, Melissa thought that Betsy initially looked like Tootsie, Dustin Hoffman from the 80s.
I don't think that's a compliment, is it, Melissa? I said initially, but obviously now she thinks I look gorgeous.
Oh, look, Liz,
Thank you, Liz.
is very pretty.
There we go. That's what I needed. I needed that after that Tootsie comment.
Betsy's gorgeous. We don't do ugly people on this show. So, Betsy has agreed. You've heard it here first, boys and girls. Betsy's agreed to come onto our live lounge at Martinique Manor in one of the coming weeks. Maybe. I don't know what next weekend is. We did try and sort out our themes the other night, but we were drinking a lot and eating a lot of cheese, so we didn't quite get to the end of it. But we have got November and December dates coming up because we've got all our Christmas shows. Each Christmas week we're doing different shades and tones and things. One Christmas week we're doing all tartan and traditional. One we're doing silvers and golds as our themes. I think we've got one called Tinsel and Baubles is our 1 week. And we've got our Panto week, boys and girls. Oh, yes, we have. We're doing a Christmas...
Oh, no, you haven't.
A Christmas Panto with Christmas Queens. So that'll be something to look forward to. So, boys and girls, I'm going to do some shameless plugging now. Oh, there we go. Sorry, you're beautiful.
Thanks, Melissa.
We have got, ladies and gents that are watching now, boys and girls, we have got on Wednesday... tea and shading with myself, and the gorgeous Claire Midia will be with us on Wednesday doing some tea and some shading. That is this Wednesday from 1 till 3 UK time. And then Saturday night we've started our new time slot. If you want to buy a backstage pass to watch us getting ready and doing our faces, those are £5. You can get them on our page, Tenor Ladies at Large. That is our business page. You can find us there. So if you're watching backstage on Saturday night, the new time slot is 6 till 7 for backstage access, and then at 7:30 the show will go live instead of 8, and it's live from 7:30 until 9, and then we have backstage access again from 9 till 9:30 before we close. So if you buy a backstage pass, you could be with us from 6 till 9:30.
Oh, well, and for a £5, that's fabulous. Go on, boys and girls, get on there if you haven't already. Go and buy a backstage pass. That sounds fabulous
and
to
on
me.
the week that you're on, Betsy, you can actually take part too if you choose. Some of the queens don't like to do it, but you can actually come in on the call and everybody watches you put on your makeup and everyone chats and blah, 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 like they're sitting backstage with us. But it's entirely up to the artists for the evening. And it's
the talent.
It's also up to you if you want to perform or if you just want to chat. So you've got all those things available to you, but we'll chat a little bit more once we say goodbye to everyone.
Absolutely.
So, for now, boys and girls, thank you very much for joining Live Lounge at Martinique Manor, and we hope to see you really, really soon. Possibly on Wednesday afternoon with myself and Claire Midia. Betsy, I'd like to thank you, Miss Betsy Snatchwagon, for being with us.
Oh, thank you, Lady Martinique. I've had a fabulous time. Thank you so much for having me. As you said, if you want to follow me on any of my social medias, it's at Betsy Snatchwagon. All my contact details are on there. Anything else, it's betsysnatchwagon@gmail.com.
Amazing. And I would definitely go and check her out. Check out what's coming up at Ruby's. Unfortunately, that is delayed at the moment. Come on then, come say hi to everyone.
Bella we got a pussy. Oh, no, it's a dog. It's a dog.
It's a dog. She's a dog.
It's a very licky dog, though.
No, it's just when I put makeup on, she wants to lick it off. This is Bella. She's our mascot. She's our mascot.
Oh, lovely.
So every time I say goodbye to people, she wants to come say goodbye.
I don't have anything. Here we go. I have a panda.
Right. It's almost the same, black and white.
Yeah, why not? I have a panda or I have Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know which one you guys would prefer, but I'm sticking with the panda.
Well, we like pandas. Pandas are cool. In fact, we started off this evening with me doing the white eyes, and you said panda realness.
We did. So we've come full circle, Lady Martinique. How about that? Almost like we planned it that way.
Great. Yes, imagine that. So, where are we? Melissa says, wishing you every success for your upcoming events. Thank you.
Make sure you tune in, Melissa.
I love the backstage bit. Liz comes into the backstage bit. She hurls abuse at me all the time, Betsy. I'm in a 12-step program and I'm in counseling because of Liz. She's very, very, very strict with me. Thank you, says Kirsty. Sally says bye.
Hi, Sally. Love you.
Hi, Bella, says Kirsty. Yep, Bella's left the room, boys and girls. She only comes in to say hi briefly. She's that royal.
Yeah.
So, from Betsy and myself, thank you very much for being here. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And don't forget to go find us on all our social media. Stay safe, look after yourselves.